though. Norway is solo with the bomb in B main.
Creeping forward. A little jiggle now. They'll start to expect a B play. The bomb spotted. 3 players, by the way, at the back of the site. I know they're not actively holding, but there's a lot of forces in front of them. smooya now required to find a few. Needs to hit this headshot and doesn't. keoz 1v3. It's the first heady. 2 more to go. A HE to his name, but no Kevlar. P250s in both players, I do believe. Actually, it might be the Julies in the hands of Deco. Even a worse case for keoz in this one. The damage to the body is going to be too hard, and Kenzie, very nicely done. Good start.
As many players would, there is longevity to this team. Let's see how long juanflatroo can last by himself here. We spoke so much about him, and the smoke criminal has managed to come up with 2 on the other side of the fire and flames.
Got to pull the pin towards main. Ideally, they wanted to do this together. Instead, it's a delay. One in which it might come back to bite them. 25 seconds. redstar moving through another smoke. sinnopsyy finds the last. Slow yet again for Aurora. Mid-round he plays. Will have to go for a late lunge. It's towards the A site, and yet again into the breach with numbers. There's 3 here, and they're not even past the first wall yet. Get through the main hole, but it's just Kenzie left, and smooya here to mop up business. 2-all ITB, but I think for a viewing perspective, the longevity of the team, it would be nice to see other players be able to step up just as much. This is really risky, and it might be rewarding, but with Norway catching smooya, the molly drops in shortly after. It's not looking great. juanflatroo slipped across, and, well, look, are you only going to push 2 people in? Are you only going to send 2 out and forward? I don't think so. I think Norway just holding the angle, but should be expecting that juanflatroo could be tucked around this corner. At least that should be the instinct.
Oh, huge mid-fight. Flash in. Priority on the crosshair. keoz walking away with 2. sinnopsyy supporting him. And the round still could fall apart for Aurora. juanflatroo will lose his life in defense of the B site, but the bomb is so far removed. Aurora, even after finding that double entry through their captain, wanted to sit on the advantage, play the default, stick to the game plan. keoz rewarded with yet another. An ITB.
With a couple of players with limbs missing, but it will not stop them from aggressing towards A.
Pushing in, keoz going wide to greet them. Just the 1 kill from him. And again, ITB with his deeper control on the site. They pop back out. smooya for 1, sinnopsyy the other. Lackey still not accounted for. His movement through cam is important here to carve out the round for Aurora, but he falls short and leaves Norway by himself.
Molly and a HE. Only a Galil and half health Norway's name. I don't see him being able to win this round. Also, say that though, noise being made. The bait and switch. sinnopsy's low. His job, clear out, find the info. He's looking in the corner.
Yeah.
sinnopsyy.
And they're sending him towards B. This is a solo mission to try and sell some kind of a distraction, as the main forces are grouping up towards A, and rewarded for that.
Yeah, keoz half blind by Klax's flash. Deco rewarded. 50 seconds on the clock. A peak. This needs to be tucked tail now. It's the pressure on site that redstar's receiving, hence why juanflatroo comes back. But with 40 seconds left, it's not exactly the most amount of time in the world to try and sell a fake. So, well, they're going to have to commit into B. Flash tossed in for extra delay. juanflatroo working around the edge of the smoke, but Aurora have taken too long. There's plenty of bodies behind this B bomb site. And blinking you miss it stuff yet again. Deco 1v4, 18 seconds, another flash for good measure. They're not even going to let him get away with the AWP. They hunt, they chase, they find. juanflatroo screams at the end of it.
You know, risking it all to get in your team can actually do something for you here. Or from an individual perspective for him, I guess. smooya, always touted as the star of ITB. He's been pushed to the side a little bit here by players like keoz. Just 1 for him though, and Klax is on the board. Could this be the Klax round that gives Aurora their 4th Or does sinnopsyy have something else to say about the situation? It's his site which will be put under duress. Smoke flying over his head. Molly towards the heaven side as well, but the donut is where he'll stay. The molly does land, so does the smoke. Damage dealt. It's on to redstar to win another 1v3.
I trust him to do so, though. That HG close to Lackey, but with the flank coming in, Deco gets posted on the AWP.
Yep.
Pistol round really could rock the boat even further. Yes, sure. I know Aurora's pick was dust too, but we did think that there would be some struggle. Smoke towards dark, but the heads are rolling. Deco, yet again, another pistol that finds a frag. Julie's clapped back for another. It's ITB that are going to have to wind this one in from a 3-on-5. Klax isn't going to make things any easier as he doubles his kills.
He has a kill for every gun in his hands now, and then can start to go better, running out of bullets. redstar given an opportunity. It's one which he's starting to take. The second head gone. Norway missing. The kit is on Deco. He's the one who peeks! And yet redstar can't reel it in entirely. Lackey will hold. Drops a smoke onto their head, actually, or no, behind them. Probably not going to be expecting this duel, and that's exactly it. Deco finishes him off. That's a rifle to their teammate. The B play is getting shut down. Norway's up close with the MP9. Can't swap to the AK. Doesn't need it. 2 more big kills. sinnopsyy gets some for himself, but the round is not looking savable at this point in time. Deco is going to close it out, and Aurora immediately responds.
A wall of smokes in front of him. If there's anything we've learned over the last couple of days, it's that that man does not give a damn what's in front of him. He will go pushing. Unfortunately for redstar, it won't be to the same avail.
You still dropped on the site by Norway. Deco, the one to pick it up. Just managing the resources nicely. Not really needing to take that peek. Norway has been dropped low. YaLLa already getting ready to open up the site. The molly has not done him a world of good. It's cleared out close. Made sure that there aren't going to be any SMGs playing up in their face as it was before. The ITB have got to get in the grill of Aurora. They've got to do it soon. They will! sinnopsyy blowing open the smoke and finding the space in backside. smooya the one that drops in. He hangs on by a thread, so is forced to drop back to the default plant. It's sinnopsyy who will stay there. This retake from Aurora halted a little bit longer as the last bit of utility leaves the utility belt. HE from ITB, keoz trying to shut it down with the A1S can't. Crossfire in place, but it's flimsy. There's a way that Aurora get back into this, and they do! It tees up sinnopsyy, a couple more, but Deco...
No time! He didn't defuse it!
Dimwos gets his hands on a kit. I don't think he's got it. It's close.
Yeah, he does. Oh my word. For instance, the breach's sake, early control has been the name of the game. This time it's towards A. YaLLa flash in. A damn about the molly. In fact, none of ITB do. They're just sending it in. Deco needs to survive at the back of sight. juanflatroo's created space, and he's here to take it back from Aurora. A second kill. smooya is able to find Deco in transition between site and connector. sinnopsy's come pushing on through. And, well, pace clearly injected. I don't think there's a way that Aurora are going to find their way in, because smooya and redstar will turn all their attention to this direction in just a few moments.
As soon as smooya is able to shoulder spot it, that's it. Game over. Aurora shouldn't be able to get out into the site now. Kenzie's already closed the gap a little bit, playing from the fountain, seeing what exactly he'll get given, but it's absolutely nothing. ITB don't want to allow for it. smooya and redstar peak in tandem. That's the AK gone. So just the A1S that Norway can hope to save here. And much better from ITB. It was another really scrappy round, one which they had to fight for, but they got out of it in the end. And
30 left, and he's got his nose pressed to camera.
So many times, though, that ITB have found success, similar kind of execute. How are Aurora prepared for this? They're taking more main space this time. sinnopsyy is found, but 3 players have crossed this angle in the meantime, which puts Norway under the microscope. He's up against it. keoz winning duels in main, which ITB massively needed. It's caught Aurora blindsided in transition. The setup looked correct, but the lurk has managed to bring it all crashing down. keoz, the sole responder to the B, execute in full. Yet he is dead and buried along with the rest of them. Deco's AWP shouldn't be getting anywhere near this. In fact, I think smooya is on the hunt to try and claim the mantle for himself. YaLLa, the first to get spotted. Deco had actually managed to find a way out for himself, should he choose to go the length of mid. Instead, whole lot before they transferred him.
Yeah, true. Nade, pretty well placed. Damage done to redstar, push towards A. In fact, they're just playing them at their own game. Sending it through the waters, and opening kill is theirs.
Through the CT smoke too. By the way, they've used all 5 of them. There is no extra utility left. At least there shouldn't be here. For some reason, keoz managed to pick one up from a dead player, I think it is. YaLLa goes down. That's outside of A. B is collapsing. Aurora holding on. That will be their night. Kind of wondering what exactly is going on. There's no real information towards this side of the map. That makes Aurora a little bit more paranoid. There's already a rotate coming through. Deco the one arriving. Been putting up decent numbers so far. It's Norway, the main man, who stands on the site for now, though. ITB again using the same default smokes. Giving up this space, waiting for the duel. Missed shot from smooya, but sinnopsyy has found 2. This one's dried up and Deco's gone next. How on earth have Aurora not got more from the situation there? Again, ITB giving them the time of day to just slot in, have numbers on spot. But the utility misplaced, and it's the rifles which light them up in the end. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to save if you're Clax. This is the hero moment that he would have been looking for, but just not gonna get it. Clean in the end from Into the Breach. They take to the semi-final with a first map win of their selection.
Yeah, really nicely done. I think a bit of a blip in the previous, of course, losing out, but so now it would make, or the most sense at least, to pivot short. And now that ITB have realised this, Aurora playing some of those mind games, and they're all going to head back towards B. It's through middle and one through tunnels that are going to find themselves on a vacant site.
They've not left anyone here in mid either, so in terms of this retake, ITB can set up quite nicely. sinnopsyy, redstar, both clearing through middle. They'll be going tunnels to play off of one another. Lackey has dropped to spawn. He'll hear the steps and can be a real issue for these players. keoz staring down the depths of the tunnel in just a second once he pops up. The discipline played by Lackey. Oh, it's a little bit nasty. But still, they've done enough. Aurora had the setup correct. They found the right site to play into. And the post plant was exactly as you would have hoped. So first round on the board for them. Didn't mean all too much in the previous map, though. They won both pistols, but still ended up on the back foot.
Nicely done by Aurora to pick up that pistol. YaLLa's position, you know, if they were going to start pushing long, they would care more about the corner than what is close. Unfortunately, it was B that they ended up on, and B won them the round. It's a good start as well. smooya with a scout. Unfortunately, good for nothing. Flashbang did it all. A push round in middle. They heard the drop as well towards suicide position. Deco's got to be careful. His life at risk, and he falls. 3 on 4 now for Aurora, and the scout has tagged another.
I was about to say, look at Clax. He did get caught, but YaLLa clipping the wall there, I'm pretty sure, on his way out. So keoz can't really be asked of much more here.
Keep these weapons, try and find impact rather than tossing away an early opportunity to shrink down on the lead created by Aurora. At the same time, for Aurora, they'll play with a little more confidence because they know that the money is on fine lines for the CT side. Head spotted around the edge of the smoke. sinnopsyy given a freebie, but it also allows for a walk towards CT. This is going to be YaLLa caught out. smooya's able to trade effectively, and now the walk towards B happens. The lack of utility really starting to show for Aurora right now. No flashes for anything, and it's crosshairs trained to all of these positions. Deco last alive, 1v3, 10 seconds left. bomb dropped in no man's land. Into the breach will find their way on the board.
Really nice protocols from Into the Breach as well. Smooya is on the short angle for quite a while, but ends up just dropping the smoke to help out juanflatroo towards long.
To live in that exact scenario, it's Into the breach. You have to rebuy, scrape together whatever funds they have. Hope that they can do something in round 6, because otherwise that gap is going to get very steep very quickly.
Deco's orb. keoz has to be careful here. But, you know, of how he prepares as a player, of his anchoring capabilities, you trust him to have this one covered, especially when redstar's there to support. The HE came flying through. Klax has been removed from the situation instead. It's just so well played. And Ryan, I don't know if you saw another member of the UK scene, Ash, always putting out very informative videos.
Look at the numbers as well, they've piled this up. We kind of bashed them for an over-rotation in the pistol, but this one is very well justified. 30 seconds left. This much presence is being shown towards long. I don't think there's a way out here that Aurora can get themselves on B in time. There is some chance because players have started to cross. keoz has jumped down towards spawn rather than stick on short. There's boost potential, there's flash potential, albeit none now for the CT side. Last one getting used, but now they've got bodies and plenty of them. 1v3 for Deco!
Oh.
10 seconds left. smooya up close. It's going to hear the noise. 5 seconds, 4,
no time.
3. There is no time for Deco to win this one out. If he only cleared the angle, it would have been good. And now it's a game of Cookly. I don't even know how to explain what just happened. It's like...
2 rounds on the board for Into the Breach. Now Juan up mid like a rocket and finding Norway almost immediately. I was about to say he struggled to find liftoff so far in this map, but nothing held back this time. Unrelenting in mid. Nice flash lackey. Klax opportunity taken. Headshot mid-air. And the next one is equally exquisite. smooya's gone. sinnopsyy back in. There's an AWP in play here for Lackey. This is dangerous. It has to be cleared quickly. And it will, fortunately enough, for Aurora. Only on to Deco now, though. And there is nothing left to be said of this round. ITB closing the gap. We want this to be a dominant map from them. If you're, you know, Aurora inclined. Nice shot, Deco, to open it up, but there's still mid pressure here. He's not going to expect this. Nice shoulder peek for juanflatroo, who's already got all the way up towards suicide. It's just a straight execution. There's barely any time to break down what we've seen. Headshot, nade. ITB putting Aurora through the ringer here, and there's already a flank coming through tunnels. Sinnopsyy's right behind them with juanflatroo. He's only going to get one, but I don't think they're even expecting the second player here.
No, you'd never. I mean, at least I wouldn't. Oh, and that flash is perfect. juanflatroo's used this to close the gap, has found nothing. The AWP being so isolated gave him a perfect window of opportunity. Instead, it's all been ripped from them. Aurora will take to a 5th. Now it's going to have to be towards A, and that's exactly where ITB are going to be quite pleased to see this utility come over. Triple stack towards this site, 30 seconds left. juanflatroo's got a molly. If he drops that in on short, perfect time. If it comes now, this is game over. Needs to lob it, and he will. Players have to go pushing through. This could be a freebie, and it is for juanflatroo. You just saw the stars align. They now have to pivot, and it's right into the jaws of keoz. Norway's walked out middle. He's got to find the bomb and a plant within 10 seconds of one another. It is just not happening. He can't even find the bomb. Never mind get himself onto a site. 5 seconds to go, and juanflatroo makes sure it is 5 for Into the Breach. That man on your screens, a hero for Into the Breach. I mean, it's pulled everyone over, but it's not exactly like they've got control elsewhere to sort of capitalize upon this fake. Instead, they try and wait it out. A nice little dink as you ad-lib over. smooya moves up. He sees the head. Oh my god, that is a massive whiff. Thank god keoz is there to stop it. A second frag found. Now they start to trickle on in. Kenzie has to move away, and they already know of this player that's been dinked previously. It's going to be very hard for Aurora to close this one out.
Yeah, floodgates are open now. No problems, ITB. Aurora. I mean, what do you do here? keoz is getting so well out of the way to make sure he can keep the Kevlar. Lackey also has some purchased. He's on Berettas, trying to give his best impression of resistance, but it's futile. Norway standing ground, which falls beneath him like sand. It is Dust 2 after all, and ITB have their pistol. That's what they needed, a 6th posted. An opportunity to tie up the scoreline with a little bit of momentum, and oh look, who knows? A different decision to be made. Right now, it does look like they are just full posturing for the A play. This is where they'll go. Flash over the top. Already players able to get wide, but they've been chipped down really low. redstar opens up middle. There's a flank onto his head from Lackey. Low on 6 HP, but still able to deliver. ITB looking so lost in this round, Ryan. Really...
the amount that I do now.
Ooh. keoz gets a dink at range, and I think it was sinnopsyy's pistol actually. He finishes it off. The short play's looking a lot more dangerous this time. Sure, they don't have the weapons, it's just pistols, but the CTs are getting obliterated. A belting shot from the Deeg of redstar means there's only one player left towards long. keoz isolated to fight this solo. Particularly ideal. HE and a molly in the hands of Norway makes it difficult. Lots of damage placed on them. Aurora will be trying the retake. All 3 of them have a kit available. You need to start winning fights now, ITV, if you want to take this one away from them. But the result is as it was expected. Aurora do get the 9th.
I haven't really seen them try all too much else. I think the pistol round on long was pretty sweet. I think you can get away with that on a full gun buy though. And then no real trial and error towards B either. You don't really know how Aurora are playing anywhere else on the map. So it is an unfamiliar game, but one in which keoz is happy to play. Flash is good. keoz able to trade, drops a molly underneath the smoke and behind the fumes. Lackey's found himself a double. smooya eventually trades. It's a 2 versus 2. B is open for business, but smooya needs to get back quick to help redstar in. And every single second he doesn't spend out B is a second that Klax makes this long wrap around.
Slow in getting out to the site. smooya's not going to know what hits him. He turns around and fights Klax! No way that smooya was that cerebral about it. Just something on the back of his mind telling him to turn his head. And Norway is thrusted into a clutch situation. It will have to be smooya to save them as he's already done so. Missed shot, second chance. Oh! smooya to land the 7th for ITB.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Aurora just stay put and save all 4.
It certainly feels that way right now. Rallen goes down.
Maybe
Was
not.
the low HP player. Makes for a 4-on-4. Still health pool with ITB. And redstar taking a kill on the lurk. Flash and a smoke. It's keeping both B anchors at bay, demanding their interest. And, well, not even going to go for the second AWP because there's not really too much point in it. redstar dismissing himself from the situation. And 100% win rate with Rallen in the server. 100% TQ as well.
That AWP, smooya's moving in. sinnopsyy moved up as well. And while the bomb goes off, it's actually the other bomb site that's the most intriguing. I'm wondering if they're going to go for a late lunge as a push. sinnopsyy had a look.
Aurora usually a team which, after pauses of the tactical variety, are looking that much better. So the fact they've not been able to come up with a solution just yet is concerning. Money hasn't been on their side. Not too much health here for keoz either. He's the one who has to try and defend this. The molly lands at his feet. He goes out in the open, but gets juanflatroo. Finished off by the nade, but look at the numbers. Aurora 3 players on the flip side of the A site. The bomb's still out in the open. redstar has a collection mission. Can't find the kill either. It's between Rallen and smooya to fix the situation, and it's not going to happen. A 1-on-3 for the Brit.
Do you fancy his chances? Creeping out, clear sight, hits the first. Spots the second, gets dinged and dead just before he can let loose of that molly. And it more or less would have been a certain kill if he had thrown the incendiary. Deco at 18. Nade well placed, so much damage done behind it as well. And molly going to delay further into the breach, just keep trying to poke holes at short. Yet again, it's to no avail. Bomb on redstar's back, trying to escape. It's YaLLa that moves through middle. To be fair, he can find a double. The flash is good. Can he hit the transfer? No. redstar 1v3 to keep ITB fighting in regulation. Got to hit the first. Can't even get over that hurdle. Deco closes. 12 on the board for Aurora. Map point. 3 in a row, as you say. It starts with Tech-9's galore. A dig in the hands of Rallen. A flash into the smoke. Now, this is aggressive. We've seen ITB try a lot towards A, but nothing to this capacity. Straight into sight. Klax has caught flatroo. Finally, that smoke goes up, as you say, but it feels a bit too little too late. The rifle gets dropped down to 3. And it's safe to say this one is definitely going to be Aurora's round unless someone can pull a rabbit out of a hat. redstar finds Kenzie. Could just be a consolation, and it will be done and dusted. Aurora, big break, but they managed to recover and take us to a decider. Their pick of dust 2 goes their way.
Just took a moment for them to
player to this side, which I have nothing but respect for. So, Rallen stepping in, I guess, as a stand-in to fill those shoes. It's a lot easier than, as you say, if you had to AWP or play the star roles. Speaking of AWPs, albeit not with the big green in his hands, it's smooya that opens the scoring. Clocks find the early advantage, and ITB yet to pull the pin anywhere, but will start pressuring B.
Oh, we hear Solo. It was his start to Anubis, which had us hooked that maybe today would be his day, but into the breach are having their way across the field as things stand. It's a 2 versus 2. Wondering if there's a kit on the CT side here. It doesn't look like it, so it is the full 10-second timer. Bomb already. Lots of clearing to be done. sinnopsyy with the flash, but playing from bench, so not really much expectation here. He's just going to have to go off the timing. He's got Klax nailed to the wall. He's plastered Lackey in a 1-on-2, and even if he were to stick it now, I don't think there's time. So he's going to leave the situation, hoping he can fill his boots with another kill. Not going to happen. redstar will not allow him to. Is he going to check it at the right time, though? That's if it comes through. Lackey has taken his sweet time to get into position, but Norway now will be telling the rest of his team what exactly is going on. 2 more players spotted on B after the first one falls, and yet the flank is still nowhere to be seen. The information collected, however, bomb heading towards A. 15 seconds. It's a clear onto Klax that has to be made. Jumping over the top, the body block. They've not punched in the digits. Klax has walked away with 2. He's still not dead. Aurora have won it on the fact that Klax was staying in sandwich for so long. A big blunder to make.
A rattling round. smooya even missing the window smoke. This is not ideal.
Ooh, kill Deco, Lackey as well. ITB lowering their heads into the guillotine. A frustrating feeling after how this map started, feeling like they had it under wraps. With the pistol, it's still a 2 versus 2. smooya picking that one up has made life a little more easy. So Norway gonna be the only player here. He's occupied B almost every round so far. With the MP9, the worst of the weaponry, and redstar has deleted him with the deagle there.
Good lord. That's so sad. Just as quick as I was to...
Stopping Aurora from getting the control that they wanted. They disengaged to short and connector. Lackey falls in position, but yeah, that's only one of them that's able to hold up out of the 2 that I mentioned. It's more towards the B side. And, I mean, hang on a minute. juanflatroo is in spawn. So I think if there was anywhere you wanted to go, it'd probably be the A site. And with Klax's position revealed, the only issue on my mind is that ITB are very split up to try and capitalise on this.
Yeah, Norway's catching redstar out the middle means all the more suffering. sinnopsyy at least knows that default is clear. smooya always made. That volley going deep in Palace. Do they go clearing close? Surely they see the arm now. Yes, indeed. sinnopsyy, with the help of the smoking connector, can run right wild towards site. And what on earth is Norway doing? He's looking at the wall. Flashback to Anubis.
A question for a man somehow more idiotic than I. I'm not too sure how that's happened. But Deco is still in with a chance of this clutch. It's well within his wheelhouse. smooya playing in the backside. He's been caught on the spam. There's a smoke towards the bomb. Hoping that maybe we can find a kit or something in the corner. No! He just takes the fight straight up. There is no time because there was no kit. So into the breach will be getting a 5th round, and it's up against the gunbuy of Aurora as well. So that one tastes a little bit sweeter.
Look, really nice attempt in the 1v2 for Deco. I question not this one, but the next. Knife out, just looking in the wall at CT. I just don't believe it, man. Insane stuff.
How much value can you get from it? Looking at Lackey, he's going to be posted up on B. Kind of where you want the gun. Difficult position to hold. And it seems like mid is the issue for them right now. redstar runs in, finds one, smash and grab. He is out.
Oh, Deco sees one leap into sight. ITB already very much covered some space. This is insane. They're straight back in. Deco's now got everything to deal with. That's a nice start. A missed second shot. The easier one of the two is the one that he fumbles, puts an UMAG in the AWP, and waits for the cavalry to arrive. They're going to throw in some util. They're going to try. And best ITB in the retake. It's been a failure so far. I don't know where these players are. The body's starting to stack up. Good start. Norway catching flatroo. Bomb still not being defused, by the way. Now it's starting to get stuck. 5 seconds on it. There's a smoke on the bomb. Needs to stop it now. And unfortunately, redstar, just a terrible position in the post plant. Can't get out of Palace.
Mid is derelict right now, if you're ITB. Not getting the results that they wanted. Yeah, smooya, where has he landed that? It's a shot through the corner of the ticket booth. One less player on A, but the bomb dropped in a hazardous position. redstar, juanflatroo up on the bench. Any more? Absolutely! 2 from redstar. And now there's only one player left. It's Deco. It's the AWP and exactly where you'd expect him. Utility thrown out.
Watching Deco move about the place. Wondering if juanflatroo's going to go looking at the last few moments of this round for the kill. But it goes Deco's way. He did have the idea.
Aurora maybe wanted to take the double peek out of the window, catch a player off guard, go for something aggressive. It's in their DNA. We expect it of them. The smoke is up instead. Lackey has a decision to make. So does Deco in ladder. keoz 2 more kills. They just make it work. ITB crumble between both positions. And Aurora wrangle the bull to post yet another.
A bad investment here. You've got 2 Tech-9s, a Deagle and a Galil. It's not the most comfortable of situations to be in.
Deco's really impressed me so far, but it's keoz who gets the early success in this round. Tagged by smooya after the headshot. Weapons recollected. Still damage dealt. That could be a huge nade. It is! smooya off the back of it finds Lackey as well. And it's brought down to another 2v2 situation. And if he goes as bait with the scout and redstar can trade, that's a 1v1 that you're happy to play into. And given the opportunity, redstar takes it. Does need the bomb. Doesn't have the best of time to get this one planted, but it's still a doable situation.
That smoke is actually going to be such a help. Well, anywhere within it. He taps it, clacks. No push in. 10
step?
seconds. No, I don't think so. He'll finally punch in the digits for real. Oh, 69 moment nearly. Clax just about turns back in time. The 4-3 nearly a curse. But it's not 4-3, it's 5-7. And you can see, I mean, obviously it's the way that Aurora play, but they love to suck the life out of every round. Play it so slow. Bore ITB by not doing anything in the first 30 seconds. Make them react off instinct rather than on information. And well, the B hold, a successful one to start with, might not last very long. redstar's got one. There's a player in sight. The turn didn't happen for YaLLa. And it's a redstar 1v3. He's been spotted. He's got to hit heads. He's just dancing between angles. Hits the first. 12 points of health. And 2 more to find. Crouching in. Slowly peeks. Information gathered. Deco closes. 7. I mean, they've got so much space here. ITB are none the wiser. I've got plenty of bodies stacked up into this side. But it's got to be the MP9 that does damage. And that it does. Rallen's the second line of defense. He emerges through the smoke at the right time. He could be a man that finds riches. Instead, it's rags for ITB. Just smooya left. 1 versus 3. Bomb yet to go down, but the damage already done. Aurora sending ITB to the shops once again.
smooya would have hoped for a clean fight there at the start. You have so much information from smooya on B into the last 40 seconds or so. This is where the penny should drop about the A play. Molly could not have been better timed to stop the Palace players from getting out. Max still able to find sinnopsyy though, and beyond the wall of smokes, ITB are unprepared to do anything really. Clax gets another one. Bomb plant in the open! smooya's killed Clax through the plant. The bomb goes down and he goes up in smoke, the AWPer. A 1-on-3 for redstar. I don't think he's got a chance here. He's going to leave it, so...
sinnopsyy has the idea that we should be pushing through and taking this control. YaLLa wants to play a little more passive for the retake, and I think redstar was in that same boat as well. Decent, mate. Rallen, good start. MP9 close quarters, knows that there's one in apps as well. Problem is, it's got a bit of a desert island. sinnopsyy gets dropped. YaLLa now needs to pop off from this bench position. Head tucked, peeks in out of apps. It's a one-way smoke that he bests, but Norway quick to trade. 2-on-2, a pivotal moment in this series. And in this third and final map, redstar spotted on the back of site. The bomb is still on short. And now yet again, it's mind games from Aurora.
The bomb carrier is Deco. That's the information. The flash lands at his face, and for that reason, the AWP can't land the shot that it wants to. Barreling straight through mid. Does Norway hear this with how close he is to the wall? smooya's gone short, and he has made the necessary correction to account for such a position. Still in this 2-on-2. The utility sits with Aurora. One flash. Have to go in dry, ITB. That's the kit dropped as well. All onto smooya, and he's forced to concede.
And the commitment towards B has cost them. Rallen being solo on short. Last chance saloon for into the breach. They are 8-11 down. Got to start hitting shots, and smooya there to collect the first. Going for a bit of a jump spot. Getting caught out by the short push as well. Drops the smoke to his feet. Wants to give himself a little bit of space to work with. Moves back through. Molly on the other side. The rifles need to start arriving soon. smooya missed. 3 kills, in fact. He was the last of it. It's all down to Rallen. 1-on-4. And he's in top mid. No point going for it. Tuck, tail, and save.
Weight off the back. He can set up as he likes. But even when the rifles arrive, Aurora finish them all off. Rallen.
Four in a row, and you can't ask anything else of it now for into the breach. Good start for smooya and redstar. 2 quick kills. In fact, it could be a third. smooya's re-peeking. Balls of steel as he refaces into the AWP. Just a little bit of damage done to both Lackey and Deco, but it's going to force them away.
Gunpowder adds extra damage, and Rollins right behind them. Maybe this is the highlight moment that he needs to build even more confidence. Pulls the trigger straight away. No messing around. Klax is gone. Bomb dropped. And Deco in the hot seat to save again. Into the breach. Wanting to warm up themselves. Get back into this one. 3 rounds. That's it. 3 rounds to save your season. And Deco has hit a collateral. That's going to be costly. 30 seconds left. Not still really much of a chance he can win the 1-on-5. But with smooya's headpiece deleted and another part removed from ITB, the rifle picked up. Does he really want to give this a go? Bounces the flash into the ground. 10 seconds. At this point, ITB just need to run away from the situation. The molly lands in dark, and credit to Deco for giving it a crack. Bomb looks more likely than not that it's going to head towards B, and as you say, Lackey is still sat in window, so he can catch someone by surprise perhaps. Instead, he goes all the way through the jungle and manages... No, it's Klax instead that finds one out of Palace, and redstar that gets it back in jungle. Bomb is going A. redstar is here. So is sinnopsyy.
Oh, sinnopsyy's
but
dead.
It's Aurora that are finding all of the kills.
Bomb could have been dropped.
It will be on Rollin. He spams away. But I think this is done. Only the second official that he plays since his 30th birthday. But it's not going to be a homecoming story of success for the veteran ITB player. He had big shoes to fill, but Aurora instead will be moving in the reverse sweep fashion to the grand finals, and more importantly, the Qatar close qualifier.
I do believe it's Norway joining us, if I'm not mistaken, from Aurora. We can have a quick chat about the game. Norway, we saw you here on Tuesday after a pretty messy BO3 against Amcal. It felt like today there was a lot more conviction, a lot of a better result for you guys, and obviously for an ITB side that have looked pretty hot as of recent, that must feel pretty good, and obviously the spot that you get in the Qatar quali as well.
Yeah, but it's honestly not feeling really good because they played with Tendon, so we didn't really want their full lineup, so we can't be happy about this. Hope we're gonna meet them next time and we will try to win again, but against full lineup.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? And I respect it from you as well, the sort of gentleman's agreement that that's not the way that you'd want of the series to have been played under your terms and conditions. You want the win against the full strength team, but to look from the first map then into the next couple of maps, and as you guys did grow back into it, what exactly changed in the team environment? What was the calls that you were making to try and set your team up for success and give them the belief that you could still go ahead and win this?
I think Klax just killed more than 5 people. That's why it was more easier next maps.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say for you guys, you must be like the mental resilience for you guys heading into that second map, right? Obviously Anubis 8-4, you start to mount a mini comeback and then get that map out 9-13, and then obviously to head on to Dust 2, you win 13-9. I know it was with a stand-in in the second and the third map, but to overcome that, right, after what was a fairly close game in map 1 and then manage to reverse sweep, a good story for you guys all in all. What's the plan for the rest of this year for you guys? Obviously this event, you've got the rest of this year to kind of think about where you're at before heading into the Valve ranking system. Is now just a time where you want to play as much officials as possible and get yourself as many Valve points as possible?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much it for us right now to have like good form for RMR, as much as possible Valve rating points, because it's important for seed. So that's pretty much it. And just practice as a team. We still have new player, we practice only 1 month. We need a bit more time to play good on RMR.
Yeah, you have the LAN qualifier coming up now as well, having made it to the grand finals. How are you feeling about the prospect of being back in a LAN environment again?
Not really happy because we played too much
No?
LANs with like long travels, like India, Mongolia, Hope, and this is Qatar now again, 10-hour flight. So that's maybe the only negative thing about it. But still, of course, we are happy to play LAN events.
Suffering
There you
from
go.
success.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. At least you can go and catch the sun, Norway. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on the spot,
Thank
and
you.
good luck in the grand final later today.
Bye bye. Thank you.